Okay, this is the video for Nmes, electrical stimulation. I'll begin by describing the indications for the use of Nmes, and this is primarily for strengthening and prevention of atrophy for muscles that are difficult to contract voluntarily. And some contraindications and precautions for this include avoiding placing the electrodes close to a pacemaker if the patient has thrombosis or tuberculosis or any active hemorrhaging, and to avoid placing electrodes over the carotid sinus as well. So I have Connor here as my patient. He's in a long sitting position, and I'm just going to describe to him what we're going to do this for. So Connor, we're going to do what's called Nmes, which is a form of electrical stimulation. We'll place 2 electrodes on your quads, and because you're having trouble contracting those muscles, this will induce a current within that large muscle body and sort of help you to get that contraction so we can re-educate the stimulation of those muscles, and you'll be able to do it more on your own, and it will help you to avoid losing strength in those muscles as you're recovering. Okay? Is that all right if we go ahead and do that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to have you hold this and point it down at the machine here. Okay. So to start, we're going to make sure that we're on biphasic pulsed current. That's normal here. We're going to change the duty cycle to be on for 10 seconds and off for 50 seconds to allow the muscle time to recover. There doesn't need to be much of a ramp time there. For the time, we're going to leave this at about 10 minutes, even though we're only going to do 2 cycles here, so that will take a total of 2 minutes. And then for the rate, this is going to be anywhere between 50 and 80, but it's typically more comfortable for the patient if it's higher, so I'm going to increase that to 80. And the pulse width, typically this is somewhere between 200 and 800. The higher that you increase the width, the less intensity you need to have in order to get that contraction. And because the muscles that we're activating, the quads, are rather big, I'm going to go ahead and increase this to 400 here. All right. So now that our machine is set up, I'm going to go ahead and place the electrodes on Connor. I'm going to place one over his medialis, quadratus medialis, and the other over the vastus lateralis. All right, Connor, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to increase the intensity, and I want you to let me know when you start to feel a tingle.
Okay, I feel a tingle.
Feel a tingle?
Yep.
Okay. Now, in order to get a strong contraction, we're going to try and increase this as high as you can tolerate it for the duration of the treatment, which will be about 10 minutes, okay? So you want a strong contraction, but for it to be tolerable.
Okay.
Let me know when to stop.
And the reason I did that is because you're right out of surgery. I know the doctor resisted opening. I think technically they could probably do longer squats, but if they're not even firing this right after surgery.
You doing okay?
Yeah, probably about right there.
Okay. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and start.
Okay.
Get a strong contraction. Go ahead and squeeze as hard as you can. Activate. Press the back of your knee down into the table. And relax for 50 seconds. Yeah, 50 seconds of rest, just recover. And then we'll get another strong contraction here. About 40 seconds left.
It's busy in here.
It'd be more like to be effective. So that's one.
So going through that quickly. So what I would do is I sort of
All right, 20 seconds. You're going to get another strong pulse.
but not it's not the rails.
Here it comes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press the back of your knee into the table. Okay, nice. So that was 2 for the purposes of this video. We'll go ahead and stop the machine. And just because I realized I forgot to discuss the specific parameters of Nmes, its waveform is biphasic pulsed. The pulse frequency is 50 to 80 pulses per second. Pulse duration 200 to 800 microseconds. As you described, the amplitude is as high as tolerated, and the duration typically will be somewhere between 10 and 20 strong contractions with 10 seconds on and 50 seconds off. And that is Nmes.